Does he have the worst life in the whole game? Maybe not. In Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, you can find people who are unbelievably rich, who do nothing but drink wine and feast all day. People who are unbelievably poor, with nothing to eat. And people who have to carve up the ranks just to eat a piece of bread. Looking at all this mess, I thought to myself, who actually has it the worst? To find out, I walked through the city, the villages, and all the way to the edge of map, watching, following, and investigating. Because I had a feeling the beggar isn't actually at the bottom of the food chain. We start in Kuttenberg. Here is a shopkeeper. Does a shopkeeper have it bad? Honestly, no way. Look at these beautiful jugs. The only thing that could bother him is people constantly standing around gossiping and just the constant noise. But is that a bad life? Definitely not. So we keep looking. Let's go. Then I remembered who in Kuttenberg might have it rough. Over here are some tents. Evidently, the poorer class lives here. This lady has something to eat, so it's not the end of the world. And I can also see, you can see it in the background, there is a little chest here. And this chest is going to tell me how wealthy this lady and people living in this tent really are. We'll find out in a second. I can't just rob places in broad daylight. They'd chase me off in seconds. The guards would haul me out. So I have to sneak, head out at night. So we check the chest, and what's inside? Well, poverty basically. I wouldn't exactly call this nobleman's wardrobe. Let's see how the average townswoman lives. Not wealthy, but not broke either. She's carrying apples. Apparently, that's her job. And where is she going with these apples? Maybe she's taking them to the church, the town hall, selling them at the market? Nope, none of that. Alright, I guess. We're not going to find out where she's going, because she's just walking in circles. But then, look at this! Look how beautiful that halberd is. I know I was following the townswoman, and the plan was the plan. But that halberd was just too beautiful for me not to stop. And the townswoman, screw her. And now we come back to a group of people who definitely have it tough. Beggars. They have no home, no food, and they wear rags. These guys are definitely candidates for the worst life in the whole game. The guy here is completely broke. Or is he? Right next to the beggars. The guy sitting in the stocks. Does he have it bad? Oh, absolutely. Terribly. Probably the worst in the whole city. They keep him in there for like 2 days. Can't even go to the toilet. Can't eat. Everyone sees him standing there, laughs at him, calls him names. I think we've seen most of the city. The city has infrastructure. What was I expecting, honestly? Time to head out to the countryside. The countryside is definitely where you find someone with a really hard life. Okay, we've got a guy here. What's his job? Cutting logs. Alright. He cuts logs, packs them into a basket, and then goes where? He carries it off. Yeah, this is chill. A peaceful life. He even has chickens and some lettuce. He's got a wife here too. He's definitely got it good. And that's when I started wondering, could anyone have it worse than the people back in the big city? Completely by accident, I ran into some villagers who showed me who actually has it worse. Quite literally. And to think this line of dialogue even exists in the game.
I'm so glad I ended up here at the forge. Decent pay and no danger of rocks falling on your head.
Except you've got to be careful you don't get your foot caught in the crusher, like Pavlin that time.
Pavlin was pissed as a newt. A normal bloke doesn't put his foot in a crusher.
I still think he did it on purpose.
Why the hell would he have done that? He lost his foot and his job.
And now he's making more from begging in Kuttenberg than he did here. No, he planned it all along.
Farewell.
But first, let's check how other villagers themselves are living. They are definitely doing just fine, sitting around, drinking and laughing. So, what's the problem? I went to the nearby mine. The work above ground actually seems pretty decent. Here some dudes are moving coal from one bin to another. And here some are sitting eating soup. Drink nothing. Okay, but let's go inside. Let's see what the conditions are like in the mines. It's freezing cold here. Dark as hell, you can't breathe, and it's easy to die. Evidently, if you work in the mine, you're cooked. But let's also see what's up with their smelter. What's actually going on there? At the entrance, they chase me off. Of course. Something shady is clearly going on if that's the reaction. Luckily for me, I've got my medieval drone, so it's not a problem. Here a guy is moving some rubble around. Probably sulfur or who knows what. Next to him, somebody's shoveling coal. Job's okay. Smells nasty, but fine. Guy's banging with a hammer. He's definitely not having a bad time. Working at the furnaces, if someone works at the furnace, they could actually have it pretty bad, because the fumes are so stinky. But not as many fumes right here. What's going on? I don't know. Here they are burning the coal, and the guy stands next to it. But I guess it's not that bad. Look, doesn't look that bad for an 18-year-old. So the people working here clearly have terrible conditions. The air quality here has demolished their lungs. It absolutely wrecked them and shortened their lives. We've also got this crusher, the guys we were talking about earlier. No way you accidentally stick a foot in here. No chance you would get a foot in there by accident. How would that even happen? Alright, I think we've had plenty of cases where people are living really badly. But I'm still convinced, completely convinced, it can always get worse. I just don't know if the people living that badly are even still alive. Maybe this life has already destroyed them and I'm too late. Just to be sure, I checked some village on the outskirts. But they have it amazing. Nobody in these talks. And the onions, look how many onions he has! So wealthy. And he's got security. And he's got apples! Whoa, alright. We are definitely not going to find someone with a bad life here. Okay, maybe these guys. They live in tents. They don't even have houses. No, wait. Are these bathtubs? They have bathtubs. I mean... wrong address. But I keep looking. I'm convinced it can still get worse. And here we've got drowners. These guys evidently had bad luck. Someone must have jumped them and tossed them into the lake. They are definitely not comfortable lying there. Now I'm pushing further out to the edge of the map. Okay, I'm pushing further to the edge of the map. And I reached the very end of the world, the charcoal burners camp. And them, they are clearly doing fine. There is soup, there are little houses, but I know that around the corner something much worse is hiding. This guy, he's clearly not having a good time. It's definitely brutally hot in there. And it's only a matter of time before he turns into the guy next to him, who is just bones. Right next, we find a place cursed by the witches, the devious fissure. And here, the witch herself ended her wretched life. Because while gathering mushrooms, she apparently got a little carried away and tested whether the poison was any good. It was. And interestingly, right next to her, a guy was bathing with a crocodile. Who has it worse? Honestly, hard to say at this point. I think the guy on the pyre had it the worst. Who do you think had it the worst though? Thanks for watching and make sure to subscribe.